We all have excellent, brilliant skills, excellent, brilliant competences, qualifications, you name it. Superb experience, superb skills, superb qualifications. However, if you don't give them the language that panelists and people that are shortlisting are looking for, you can spend ages applying with no success. NHS shortlisting is based on language, NHS language. You could be having those qualifications, that experience that they're looking for. But if that language is not showing in your application, is not showing in your personal statement, then forget being shortlisted. Part and parcel of the things, it's not just about listing skills, listing where you've worked. It's about portraying experience, portraying how qualified you are, portraying how that will contribute to the job at hand. Part and parcel of the things that they'll be looking at. They're not just looking at you saying, I helped clients. They're looking for language such as person-centered care, dignity, respect, safeguarding, documentation, care planning, risk assessments, things like that, multidisciplinary collaboration. You get that language. So all of us, we've worked in care for that long. But if we don't know how to put into language our experience, our expertise, our strengths, what we bring to the table, then we can as well kiss goodbye to getting shortlisted in the NHS. So now let's talk about strategies to get into the NHS. We can never have this conversation about going into the NHS and not talk about strategy. Especially now, it's getting so competitive trying to get into the NHS. I've been receiving feedback. They are requiring a lot of things. They are, competition is so stiff at the moment. So you need to work on your strategy if you want to break into the NHS. Part and parcel of those strategies that I always say is join volunteering, join NHS Bank. What that does is it positions you internally. I always say, to people that I speak to behind the scenes in our subscription, part and parcel of the shortlisting doesn't start in your personal statement. There's always that question that they ask on track. For those that have applied in the NHS, I'm sure you'll be able to concur with me in the comments. There's a question that says, do you work for the NHS or for this trust? Those that will say yes have got an advantage, has got an edge over those that haven't worked in the NHS. Part and parcel of the things that I've discovered, because I got a chance to ask someone and say, but what difference does it make? It does make a difference, because part and parcel of what I was told by one manager was the fact that, actually, I would rather get someone who has volunteered or who has worked on NHS Bank, because they already are familiar with the system. They already know policies and procedures in the organization, rather than